something that we all know. How many people in here have seen Finding Nemo? Or you at least know what it's about? Fish. Okay. Who knows what the theme of Finding Nemo is? Julie. And what was the other one? Don't get lost. That's kind of hard. Don't get lost. So what I have for you to do really quick is just to get an idea of what you know about theme. I have a really quick little Google form that you are going to take about theme and central idea. So you can scan. I'm going to take these up. The two reading standards we're talking about are theme and central idea, that you're going to be able to find the theme or the central idea of a story, and you will be able to find that theme and support it with text evidence and inferences you've made. Okay, so we have some words to define. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a blank piece of paper like this, some scratch paper. I'm going to have my paper passer out or do that. You're going to take it in half so that you have two pieces. Carefully tear it apart, and you're going to write the theme at the top of the paper, the sentence that you come up with, okay, and then you're going to write another one. Then what you're going to do is you're going to crumple it up, and you're going to toss it to another group. You are not going to throw it at another group. You're not going to beam it at somebody. You're going to toss the paper to another group. They're going to open it up, and they're going to try and support it with evidence. Okay, so so based on your surveys from last week that you took, remember how I asked you in the survey about the giver, whether you wanted to read the giver to yourself, whether you wanted to read it with a partner, or whether you wanted to read it with me. Okay, so based on that, I've made reading partners for you, and so you can read it with a partner. If you want to read it with somebody, read it with your partner. If you want to read it by yourself, then you're going to sit by yourself. If you want to read it with me, then we'll sit back there and we'll read it together and we can talk about it. And we're going to read the next chapter. Yeah, fold it in half. Okay. Tear it apart. And then you have two themes. Once you and your partner come up with your theme, then you're going to crumple it up and you're going to toss it to the next group. They're going to write the evidence for Nemo. Okay? Here you go. Okay, so Cameron and Evan.
Who are you with?
Who shall we? What are you doing?
Wait, did I get in the way?
Barbara! I can't go that
That families need to be obedient. Okay? So the evidence is Nemo didn't listen to Marlin. Is that evidence?
No.
No. What would be evidence that Nemo didn't listen to Marlin? How could we show that families need to be obedient from the movie? Jenna. Okay, so giving a specific example from the story. So Nemo didn't listen to Marlin, that is not an example. That's not text evidence. Okay, you need to give the specific incident of when he told him not to go near the boat. So Nemo wasn't obedient to his family, he broke the rules and he got taken away. So that kind of is, but it doesn't really give you a specific example. Okay, theme. The theme for Finding Nemo is to be obedient because being obedient could have saved Nemo from being captured. Okay? Remember, it needs to be a general statement. So what is the lesson being learned by us? We're not going to be captured by a boat. Most likely, we're not going to be kidnapped. Okay, so how could we generalize this to the lesson that we would be learning in life? Sarah? Okay, so you need to be obedient because you might get lost. So at this point, no one should be on their iPad. We don't need iPads. Olivia.
Should be obedient because you might get hurt.
Okay. So especially when you're a little kid, you need to be obedient so that you don't get hurt, like crossing a street, wearing your seatbelt, those kind of things. Cameron?
Because most of the time your parents know better.
Okay, so the parents have the wisdom. Okay, so the example, the text evidence is Marlin told Nemo to stay home and make sure he doesn't go out of the reef. Nemo got lost because he didn't follow Marlin's directions. Okay, let's see. Is this a theme? Marlin stays with Nemo.
No.
No. Okay. So Nemo's father didn't allow him to go anywhere by himself because he didn't want to lose him. Because of this, Nemo wasn't able to live a normal life. Okay, so those are good. That's a good piece of evidence there. Pixar believes that families are very important. Okay, this was one of the ones that was not an example. Remember I said that's not a good example? You need to elaborate on it. Okay, the theme is that Nemo was overly confident. This is true because Nemo thought he could find his way through the ocean, and he got. Most important thing to remember when we're doing this is add this here to be specific, not too vague. Okay, add that to your notes. That's what I'm seeing. So based on this little kind of assessment, I'm seeing that you guys are still being really vague. You're not giving enough detail. So when you're giving text evidence, you need examples. Add that to text evidence. You need examples. So when we do this with the giver, how could you give me some examples? Besides giving quotes, besides paraphrasing, what else could you do to show me examples from the story? That would be very specific. If we were giving text evidence from the story, what could you do to show me exact details? Zoe?
I should add
Quotes and page numbers. So we said quotes here, but you could put down page numbers or paragraph numbers. On page 5, paragraph 3, the author stated, bless you. Okay, what you're going to do now is with your reading partner or yourself or me, it's up to you. If you want to read with somebody though, it's with your reading partner, okay? You're going to read chapter 9, and I want you to be looking for the central idea theme of the book, the chapter. What do we start noticing in this? This is kind of like the turning point in the book for Jonas. It kind of gives you the central idea of the story, okay? When you are giving examples, you are putting down characters' thoughts, characters' actions, page numbers, quotes, paraphrases. Okay, you're doing it right inside your notebook. If you have Post-its, you can do it on a Post-it about life. So in your video, you're going to state your theme or central idea, and then you're going to give evidence. You should have a lot of evidence from this chapter.